Let's just have a look at what the president has had to say.
I've also ended 8 wars in 9 months, and we're working on that final war. It's not easy, but I don't know. I think we're going to get there. 25,000 soldiers, Ukraine, Russia. In the last month, 25,000 soldiers have died. So I think we're getting very close to a deal. We'll find out.
Yeah, Peter, given that Ukraine was invaded by Russia, you would think any concessions are too much for Ukraine, but it seems to be accepted that to some degree they're going to have to give up some territory. Has Ukraine accepted that? And if so, why?
I get a sense that President Zelensky is accepting that partly because of exhaustion, partly because Russia is 3 times bigger in terms of population, that this is a war which is not sustainable to be fought for year after year after year, particularly when the US seems to be in 2 minds about how much support it will provide Ukraine. So yes, there are going to be some very awkward concessions. I think it's also, frankly, very awkward for President Trump to be seen to be being too much of an appeaser towards Vladimir Putin. He can't afford to do that, because this is ultimately a test of American strength and credibility as well. So there's a very difficult balance that has to be sorted out over the next little while. I don't think anyone's going to be particularly happy with the outcome, but it may bring, I'm not going to call it a peace, it may bring a temporary pause to what I think is a broader Russian strategy to intimidate Europe and European democracies. And, you know, that's something that Trump needs to be able to respond to even after we get to a point where some sort of peace plan may be in place.
And when you talk about fears of appeasement, it brings us to Taiwan and the fact that Donald Trump has been speaking to Xi Jinping, that he's going to go to Beijing, or go to China at least, in April next year. Taiwan raised back into the fray thanks to the new Japanese Prime Minister. Are there concerns about Donald Trump here?
Yes, I think there should be concerns because Trump hasn't put his cards on the table. You know, it has been said that for whatever his many flaws, President Joe Biden on 4 occasions said that the United States would come to the defence of Taiwan. Donald Trump hasn't done that. So nor do I think Trump is going to just sell Taiwan out. I think America has too many strategic interests in Taiwan, in its production of high-end computer chips, to allow that to happen. So we'll see what comes of it. And of course, as with everything that Donald Trump does, we won't know until it's actually out there and announced. So, but you know, I'm not surprised that the Taiwanese are particularly concerned at this.
Indeed, he's such a deal maker and he's such a showman. You've got to wait to see what the end deal is before you can really judge it. Thanks for joining us, Peter. I appreciate it.